You join us at Vallelunga for the NASCAR Grand Prix of Italy, the American Festival of Rome, the finals weekend of the 2021 NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series. The fans are back as well this year. We visited the circuit for the first time in 2020 behind closed doors. What's happened so far this season? Well, the opening round of the championship took place in Spain, where Alain Day and Loris Hasemans were fighting it wheel-to-wheel all weekend, but Hasemans would come out on top and go to victory lane twice in those two races. On to Brands Hatch in the UK next, where again it was Alain Day and Loris Hasemans that were locking horns. Alain Day would claim the first win of the weekend, but it would be Loris Hasemans that would go towards victory lane in race number 2. It was on to Most in the Czech Republic next, and in changeable weather conditions, Alain Day would come through to claim his second win of the season. The second race of the weekend, however, it would be the reigning EuroNASCAR 2 champion, stepping up to EuroNASCAR Pro this year, Vittorio Garelli, that would claim his first win in the top flight. It was on to Croatia and Grobnik next, and whilst Gianmarco Ercoli would take the checkered flag first, a start line infringement would hand him a penalty and would give the win to Loris Hasemans. However, in the second race of the weekend, Gianmarco Ercoli did everything right and he would head towards victory lane. Zolder was next up, where Stinis Longines returned to the championship for a one-off outing in the PK Car Sport Chevrolet. And at his home NASCAR Grand Prix, he was fighting away with Alain Day. There was slight contact between the two former teammates. Alain Day pitched into a spin. He would recover, albeit with a puncture, and Stinis Longines would go through to claim a victory. In the second race of the weekend, Alain Day and Stinis Longines would line up on the front row of the grid. Alain Day would take the lead of the race, but Mark Goossens, who'd swapped to Cal Racing for the weekend, was involved in a great fight with Luca Lasser. There was a little bit of contact between the pair of them. They would scrabble their way through the gravel trap and continue their epic battle for second position. Alain Day would claim the win, his third of the season. So Loris Hasemans leads the championship standings coming into this weekend by 21 points from Vittorio Garelli, with Gianmarco Ercoli in third. You know the format by now. There are 2 championships, 4 races in total over the weekend. What we've got coming up shortly is EuroNASCAR Pro, the professional drivers, where Hasemans leads the way. It's great to return to Vallelunga, a circuit we first visited in the 2020 championship season. A really quick start to the lap, but once you get from turn 8 onwards, it becomes slower and more technical. A 4-kilometre circuit, 2.5 miles, and in sunny conditions, the EuroNASCAR Pro drivers will fight it out over 18 laps. Alain Day in qualifying was quickest at the wheel of his number 88 Chevy. Let's hear from the pole sitter.
To be honest, when I came out from the pit lane and I did my laps, I thought, all right, that's probably a pole position. I asked not to give me information, but I wanted to concentrate. And then suddenly he said, I'm just P3 or something, so I really became nervous. Great job from Cal Racing team. They bring an amazing Monster energy car. Let's hope that we will continue the same form also in the races.
So beautiful, warm, sunny conditions here in Italy. The first time Italy have held the finals of the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series, and the fans able to get up close and personal to the cars and the stars of the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series, EuroNASCAR Pro Division. So let's guide you through the grid then. Alain Day and Jacques Villeneuve on the front row of the grid. Loris Hasemans and Vittorio Garelli row 2. Gianmarco Ercoli and Nicola Rocca there on row number 3. Buckle up. We're about to go green. The first final of the weekend. Jacques Villeneuve ahead of the pole sitter though, as they got towards the start-finish line there. Not entirely sure whether that is going to be a good start for him or not. He should ideally be at least alongside, not in front of Alain Day, but they go wheel to wheel through Curve Grande. Jacques Villeneuve picks up the lead of the race. Alain Day under pressure from the white car with the black bonnet to it. That is Vittorio Garelli, who for this weekend has moved over to Not Only Motorsport for his home NASCAR Grand Prix. Garelli fighting away with Loris Hasemans, and the number 54 of Gianmarco Ercoli in on the mix as well. All of these 3 drivers all fighting at the sharp end of the championship, first, second and third overall, as we go on board with the championship leader, Loris Hasemans, fighting it out with the cars that lie ahead. Right up onto the coattails of Gianmarco Ercoli, up the inside of Vittorio Garelli. Hasemans through into 4th position. He's got the Italian ahead of him, though, at the wheel of the number 54 Cal Racing machine. Alain Day in 2nd place, while Jacques Villeneuve out front and leading the way. He led the race here last year, Jacques Villeneuve, but was cruelly deprived of a victory when there was a mechanical failure with the car whilst he was leading on that occasion. Is he going to have better fortune here 12 months later at Vallelunga? through Roma over the start-finish line. Jacques Villeneuve has a small advantage over Alan Day, but the word from race control is that the start was not good for Jacques Villeneuve. He's going to be handed a 5-second penalty, so he's got to try and open up more than 5 seconds gap between himself and the car in second place if he wants to claim his first career win in EuroNASCAR Pro. In sixth place, Nicola Rocca fighting away with the Hendricks Ford, the number 18 car of the Swiss driver Giorgio Maggi that sits behind. Nicola Rocca hanging on to the place. Nicola has won his home NASCAR Grand Prix before. That wasn't at Vallelunga, that was some years ago when we raced at Magione. So Villeneuve leading the way, but he has not got more than 5 seconds between himself and Alan Day, who's there in second place. Alan Day under pressure from his Cal Racing teammate Mark Werrell, who carves the door open as they head round through Roma. He's on the inside line and is going to go through surely to take up second place. And now for Alan Day, what he now needs to do is try and defend from the car that sits behind him, which is the number 7 car of championship leader Loris Hazemans. So Urquhart, Day, Hazemans, second, third and fourth place. Vittorio Garelli just that little bit further back now. There was a little bit of contact there between Hazemans and Alan Day. Pitches Alan Day off the circuit, and that was at the fast section as well, through Curva Grande. So Alan Day will recover, he rejoins, but is dropping his way down through the order. And Hazemans now coming under pressure from Vittorio Garelli, who's looking to squeeze his way through. So that is the drivers that are second and third in the championship, now ahead of the championship leader. That is going to tighten up the championship battle. Villeneuve at the moment still looking to try and increase his lead advantage to more than 5 seconds. It's still less than that at the moment, so on corrected times he would not claim the win. And Alan Day out of the race. So I don't think that's probably as a result of the contact, because the contact was so light, but a mechanical issue, I think, with the number 88 is yet again going to force another retirement for Alan Day, the outgoing champion. Over the start-finish line now comes Jacques Villeneuve, still looking to try and build any sort of advantage between himself and the cars behind. Nicola Rocca, who was under pressure from Giorgio Maggi, has now been joined by Luca Lasserre, who wants in on some of this fun as well. So the pure racing continues for 5th, 6th and 7th place. The Italian, the Swiss driver, followed by the 2 times former champion, the Frenchman Luca Lasserre, who's looking to try and sneak up the inside, is he, of Giorgio Maggi. Yep, snatch break from Maggi, through goes Luca Lasserre, takes the place away. He is now up inside the top 6, the Frenchman. Having gained 1 place, he'll now try and focus his efforts on the DF1 Racing number 22 Chevy in the hands of Nicola Rocca that lies just ahead, looking to try and close up on him as they head through Trincea and then start to descend downhill slightly in towards the braking area for Semaforo. Nicola Rocca having to stick his elbows out to try and prevent the number 64 Speedhouse Ford of the 2009-2010 champion Luca Lasserre from squeezing his way through, but he can't do it as they head towards Tornatino, and he is not going to have the opportunity as they head up towards the left and the right flicks at the S's. So the fight for 5th and 6th still continues. There is our championship leader, Loris Hazemans, who is still sitting down through the order at the moment, down in, 5th position at this stage, Loris Hazemans. But again, word from race control is that a penalty is going his way because of the contact that was made between himself and Alan Day. And that penalty is going to be a drive-through penalty for Loris Hazemans. He will have to head towards pit lane, and that is going to drop him way, way down through the order. Here he comes now, yep, so serving the penalty in towards pit lane comes Loris Hazemans. Where is he going to rejoin? He's going to be down towards the bottom of the top 10, I would have thought. So there's work to be done for Hazemans. For second place, though, Vittorio Garelli and Mark Werrell fighting it out. Now, this pair are right at the sharp end of the championship standings. Urquhart looking to try and undo the door in his fellow Italian all of the time while Jacques Villeneuve leads the race. And this plays into Villeneuve's hands. They bounce off each other. Garelli desperate to try and hang on to the place. Urquhart desperate to try and take it away. And now that they're squabbling, they're holding each other up, and Jacques Villeneuve is building an advantage which might see him on corrected times take the win here. Urquhart running wide onto the grass coming out of Semaforo. Garelli again looking to try and drive as wide a number 90 Chevy as he possibly can, whilst the Cal Racing car sitting directly behind him is desperate to try and work his way through and gain an extra couple of championship points. Together, out of the S's, up towards Roma they will come. And as they flick their way through the banked section of the circuit, Jacques Villeneuve is all of the time increasing the lead advantage as he heads over the start-finish line. There's the gap to the 2 that lie behind. Garelli and Urquhart still squabbling over 2nd and 3rd place. And this has played beautifully now into the hands of Jacques Villeneuve, who is looking ever more on course to try and claim his debut win in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. The former IndyCar champion the former Indy 500 winner, the 1997 Formula One world champion, works his way out of the S's up towards the braking area for Roma, the final corner. He will take the checkered flag first, but what is the gap between himself and the cars behind? It has to be 5 seconds, because that's what's going to be added to his race time. Over the start-finish line he comes, and only now do the cars behind appear into sight, so Villeneuve is going to do it. He's going to claim a historic win in the NASCAR Wheeling Euro Series EuroNASCAR Pro Division. Villeneuve claims the win. He had about 6 seconds between himself and the cars behind at the checkered flag. He goes towards victory lane with his first career win in EuroNASCAR. Big smiles all round for Jacques Villeneuve, who jumps onto the roof of the number 5 Academy and Alex Caffey Motorsport car. Let's hear from Jacques Villeneuve, a first-time winner in EuroNASCAR Pro.
Been a long time coming. We've been fighting at the front a lot. The car was in quali. We had a hard time in practice. Quali, the car was really amazing. I knew we had a good race car. I got a penalty at the start. I'm not sure why. I'll try, because the rule says go on green, so I must have missed something in the rules. I'll go check. But good thing I jumped the start, because I didn't have the horsepower, which was obvious against Alende until turn 1. I guess having raced on the ovals a lot in the States, on the outside of turn 1 there, meant I knew I didn't need to lift, and just went for it, and he lifted.
Brave at the start and had to keep pushing until the end. Jacques Villeneuve claims his first win. In the Junior Trophy, Gianmarco Ercoli claimed the overall race win. In the Challenger Trophy, it was Davide Dallara that came out on top.